Chair.
I'd like to ask you, Director Wray, do you agree that the Capitol attack involved white supremacists and other violent extremists?
Certainly, the Capitol attack involved violent extremists. As I said, we, the FBI, consider this a form of domestic terrorism. It included a variety of backgrounds. Certainly, there were quite a number. We're seeing quite a number as we're building out the cases on the individuals we've arrested for the violence. Quite a number who what we would call sort of militia violent extremists. So,
Do you have any evidence that the Capitol attack was organized by, quote, fake Trump protesters?
we have not seen evidence of that at this stage, certainly.
Thank you. Senator.
So unless you disagree with Wolf or Barr, how do you plan to make your left-wing anarchist extremism program as robust as your white supremacy and malicious extremism program?
Well, I think that's a long and complicated question to answer in a sense, but I'll give you a few things for right now. One is, I think, as with any domestic terrorism threat, or frankly any counterterrorism threat more broadly, we're always looking to develop more and better sources so we get more visibility and insight into the plans and intentions, tactics, procedures, et cetera, of any group of violent extremists.
And the numbers are very important. Data is very important.
The more arrests we make, the more from those cases we learn about who else their contacts are, what their tactics are, what their strategies are, et cetera. And that makes us smarter and better able to get in front of the threat going forward. I would certainly say, as I think I've said consistently in the past, we don't tend to think, we at the FBI don't tend to think of violent extremism in terms of right, left. You know, that's not a spectrum that we look at. What I would say is that it is clear, as I think I said to Chairman Durbin, that a large and growing number of the people that we have arrested so far in connection with the 6th are what we would call militia violent extremism, militia violent extremists, and then there have been some already that have emerged who I would have put in the racially motivated violent extremist bucket.
You did not see Antifa or left-wing groups playing a significant role in the January 6th insurrection.
Certainly, while we're equal opportunity and looking for violent extremism of any ideology, we have not to date seen any evidence of anarchist violent extremists or people subscribing to Antifa in connection with the 6th. That doesn't mean we're not looking, and we'll continue to look, but at the moment we have not seen that.
Is it fair to say, as director of the FBI, you were not informed of the raw intelligence coming from the Norfolk office? Is that correct?
Not before January 6th.
Okay. So this was an internet posting that somebody captured?
My understanding is that this was information posted online under a moniker or a pseudonym. It was unvetted, uncorroborated information, but it was, and it was somewhat aspirational in nature, but it was concerning. It was concerning and was specific enough that our folks in Norfolk thought the need to get it out, even if we hadn't had a chance to corroborate or vet it.
Okay. What are the lessons learned in terms of how we could have acted better on that information?
I think the truthful answer is we're still looking at that. You know, this was, you know, I look at intelligence both collection, analysis, dissemination. We need to get better at collecting, obviously, but the key part here was we often don't have the luxury of time to analyze this information before it gets disseminated.
Feinstein.
Thanks very much, Mr. Chairman.